what other things do you use AI for? What is the biggest return on investment for you?
Yeah, to me, it's really all of now this is Robin speaking for Robin, not Robin speaking on behalf of AWS. I just happen to work at AWS, so I really want to make sure that I'm just speaking for Robin and not
Robin.
on behalf of AWS.
Yeah.
But it's the answering emails, it's the looking through business plans. Every year we sit down and every account team writes pages and pages of business plans, and getting people up to speed quickly on what's going on can be done so easily by using AI. Um, and I think from a leadership perspective, how do you really know what's going on in your business? That's where these chatbots and these agents that can be quickly coded can really help leaders figure out the core truth about what's really going on in the business. And if you think about just from a business perspective and a leadership perspective, one of the hardest things for you to do is really get your mind around what's really going on, right? I liken it to 20 years ago when I used to stand up in front of my vice president at Dell and do a readout on my business and talk about my account. And here's all the relationships that we have. Here are the 5 strategic priorities that this account is trying to solve. Here's how I'm aligning, right? We would stand up in front of executive teams and pitch the executives on our business, right? Every quarter, twice a year, something like that. Today, you shouldn't have to do that because the executives should easily be able in that much time to take a look at their top 50 accounts, get with AI, look at those account plans and no more, that knowledge where I would be dumping all of that. And quite frankly, the executive had no idea if I was telling them the truth or not, right? There was all this
Yeah.
bias that I would be reporting on because, of course, I'm not going to stand up and talk about all the things that I don't know. I'm going to only talk about the things I do know. And whether they were aligned to the most strategic priorities or not, nobody could validate or check. Now, today, as an executive, you have got so much more visibility and knowledge, unbiased knowledge into what's going on, that if they're not using AI in order to get smart about the business, then they're just relying on that institutional biased reporting from the trenches, so to speak.
Visit us at leaderbook.ai. Your support as a subscriber means the world to us. So thank you for tuning in. I'm Felicia Shakiba. Let's connect on LinkedIn.